Great morning. Great morning. Let me fix my screen here. Great morning, everyone. Great morning. I hope you all had a great weekend. We had an eventful weekend with the World Games on. I took the kids out on Saturday to the World Games, and we went to the closing ceremony last night, and then get home to almost midnight. But anywho, we rocking and rolling this morning. Okay, so great morning. Welcome to day 56. I woke up this morning saying we have 10 days. We're on the last 10 days of the 65 days of fire. You should be excited. I know that I am. So today, listen. Now Michelle will know exactly what I'm talking about because last night something happened and I made a statement. I said, just don't follow the crowd or something. I said in that regard, or I'm not going to follow the crowd or don't follow the crowd or something. But anyway, today's message is entitled Don't Follow the Crowd. Somebody type in Don't Follow the Crowd. So we're talking about not following the crowd, okay? We all know, and John C. Maxwell, he is anointed to teach on leadership. So he talks about being a leader, being a follower, and what all of that means. And we know in order to be a great leader, you must know how to follow as well. But you want to follow the right people, okay? You want to follow the right people or the right person. As a leader, that doesn't mean you're not a leader because you are a follower, right? But leaders, they know to follow the right people, okay? As people follow them, they are always submitted to some form of leadership, all right? But today we're talking about don't follow the crowd. Don't go in the wrong direction. My name is Yakinea Marie of SheCEO Global, SheCEO Network. We support women of faith in building themselves, and I often say building their businesses and their visions, but let me go ahead and say we help them monetize their businesses. So we build women and we help them to expand and monetize their businesses. You can connect with us at SheCEONetwork.com, or you can go to YakineaMarie.com and access all the quick links, or you can click any of the links in the description below. I'm excited about some things that we have in the works to support our ladies, our sisters. Now, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. Click the notification button. If I say at least one thing that blesses your spirit, click the like button. And don't forget to share with at least 3 people that you know. It was nice seeing you yesterday, Denisha, as well as you, Minister Kara. I saw a lot of people on yesterday. I'm talking about between Saturday and Sunday, being at the World Games, I saw people I hadn't seen in 10 years, okay? It was amazing. It was almost like a reunion. Okay, but don't follow the crowd. Great morning, great morning, great morning. So we're excited. So today we're talking about not following the crowd. Let me define the word follow for you, okay? And let me tell you where this came from. And Michelle is going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Yesterday at the World Games, if you was at the World Games, you'll know. Yesterday it was a great show. It was kind of lengthy, but it was a great show. And so it started around 8 o'clock. With all the athletes and everybody coming in, the orchestra playing, etc. And then they had the artists on there from Ruben Studdard to a lot of the others. And then when their finale was over with, we were preparing to see the finale act, which was Lionel Richard, and so there was a slight delay. We don't know what the delay was. We don't know if he was delayed flying in. We don't know if he was having a wardrobe issue in the back. We have no idea what it was, but we knew it was a delay. And whenever Michelle called me on the phone, it was like, there's a delay. They're kind of, and and so everybody knew it. And they had this little act going on, which was pretty neat with the lights. And we saw some people getting up after their seats, leaving. We don't know if they was actually leaving the auditorium or going to the restroom or going to get a snack. We have no idea. And I know my god brother that was with me was like, Aunt Reed, they're leaving. They're leaving. I said, well, they could just be going to the restroom. And then some of them was leaving and they're actually coming back. Then, of course, as it got longer and was playing the finale video, really showing all the events that transpired from day 1 to day 10. Then when they started showing the same video again, we knew, okay, they kind of, they're trying to improvise because there's a delay, and you could tell the people was getting really frustrated. It was funny to me. I was laughing, and my granddaughter was like, Jayla Bug. She was like, "They're leaving, Grandma." I said, it really don't matter to me. I'm not gonna follow the crowd. You know what I'm saying? I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit right here and work on my lesson for tomorrow. And so I got my phone, went to the notepad on my phone, and I typed in "Don't follow the crowd." And I started preparing for the message this morning. That's what I was doing. Oh my goodness, it was funny to me, but some people was frustrated. Okay, and there was a massive. Now, of course, a lot of people left because I don't know, that delay seemed like it was probably, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I have no idea. And then, of course, Lionel Richard, he came out, he did a great show, and sung like 3 songs or something like that. And it was over with. So it was funny to me. So a majority of the people stayed, a large portion of the people left, but it was a great show. And some people may say, well, he only did 3 songs, or he wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be, or whatever the case should be. I'm like, the man is, I think Lionel is like 70 some years old. I'm like, what did you expect? Like, really? Like, I mean, can we give him his props? Okay, he looked very well. He did a great job, and it was a great show. Okay, and if you came there to see Lionel, guess what? You got to see Lionel if you stayed. But if you came to see Lionel and then you left complaining and murmuring and bittering, well, bittering is not a word, but then you didn't get to see the show that you came to see. You just got in your car, frustrated, heated, went home, and then 5 minutes after you left out of the auditorium, he walked out on the stage. So funny to me. But anyway, so I thought it was a great lesson. Michelle said it was a long delay, but it was worth the wait. Yes, I mean, I guess because we live in such a microwave world where we're so used to getting everything like this. If it's not like this, if we go through a drive-through, for example, like the fastest drive-through I've ever been through is Chick-fil-A. So you're just used to, when I get in line, it's just gonna be like this. But if you go get to Chick-fil-A and there's a delay, you're just like, what's going on with them? This Chick-fil-A is not, they're not excellent. They're just, maybe they could be having a staffing issue. Maybe the oven, whatever went down. You have no idea. But we just started, we bashing them, slandering them. We just go in, right? And so when you're in those moments where your patience is tested, just tell yourself, okay, calm down, be patient. It's worth the wait. You understand? It's like if you're in that fast food line getting that Chick-fil-A sandwich, as soon as you bite into it, you're gonna say that extra 2 minutes, it was worth this hot sandwich. Okay. And so we don't want to follow the crowd. We don't want to follow the crowd, okay? We don't want to follow, unless you just need to go. But don't just be looking at everybody else. Because that's why when the kids was like, Grandma, Aunt Reed, I had my head down like this, working on my phone for this lesson for today. And I was just like, listen, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care who leaves. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to sit right here. It don't matter. Focus on something else. Okay. And so let's talk about it. Don't follow the crowd. You'll be amazed of the people whose lives people are locked up because they follow the crowd. People are dead because they follow the crowd. People are addicted to something, whether it's drugs or alcohol or sex, because they follow the crowd. People have been kicked out of school because they follow the crowd. People are dealing with identity crisis because they follow the crowd. Okay? I'm telling you. People have lost their reputations because they follow the crowd. So let's talk about it. There's a scripture in Isaiah. I'm going to read one scripture today, one scripture, one verse. Isaiah chapter 8, verses 11. And it reads, I'm reading out of the New King James Version, and it reads, For the Lord spoke thus to me. For the Lord spoke thus to me with a strong hand and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, that I should not walk in the way of this people. Now, whether the way is serving idols, whether the way is, this is a very sad story. I saw something on YouTube the other day, and the parents, my heart and prayers go out to the family. I actually prayed for the family when I saw this unfortunate report. But a 9-year-old little girl was on a social platform. I'm not going to call the social platform out, but she was on a social platform and she began to do this challenge that they were running on the social platform, where when you read further, you realize that allegedly the challenge did not originate with this particular platform that the parents are suing, that it was around years and years and years ago. But I guess the little girl got wind of this challenge that probably existed when she was probably 2 or 3 years old, but she was 9 years old at the time that she saw the challenge and began to engage in the challenge. And her attempting to do the challenge cost her life. She passed away at the age of 9 years old. And as I was watching a little clip, it was saying that then they named 2 more kids that had passed away doing the same challenge. One of them was 9 and another child was 10 years old, because they were following the crowd of everyone who were doing this challenge, whether the challenge was 7, 10 years old, or whether the challenge just started last week. They were following the crowd of this, and it cost them their life. Now, I have nothing to say. Listen, this is not about parenting or anything like that. But when I watch stuff like that, I think that's probably my first time ever. Yeah, that actually is my first time. Very sad. And I thought about my granddaughter, who literally just turned 10 years old, who really wants a cell phone. I am not knocking cell phones. I know probably 99% of the children walking on this earth have not this earth, but a large portion of children have cell phones. And one of the statements I say to Jayla Bug is this right here. Even in her frustration, even in her, because she be like, Grandma, I can wait. I'm patient. This year her moments of, well, Grandma, I'm the only one that doesn't have a cell phone in her classroom. And I always say to her, I said, Jayla, what is my responsibility to you? And she said, to protect me. See, everything that God has called Michael and I to do for her is wrapped up in one sentence. One sentence. We are called to protect you. I don't care if every child on this earth have a cell phone. It does not matter to me. I am not trying to be your friend. I am not trying to make you look cool. if I don't feel a yes in my spirit, or you understand, then the answer is absolutely no, especially if you show signs that you're not going to be responsible. You understand? And so you have to balance that thing out. You understand? Now I know. Now, of course, when we do get her a cell phone, it'll have every protection app and mechanism on the phone that has been invented. Okay, and there will be absolutely no social media, nothing on the phone, period. And there will be, I saw one of my daughters, one of my granddaughters, my second granddaughter, she showed me an app where the child can't even add an app to the phone without it notifying her, because it has to get the parents' permission before you can put the app on the phone. My thing is, why do a 10-year-old need a Facebook account, a Twitter account? Now, today is not about, well, I guess it's part of it, but why do a 10-year-old need a Facebook account, Twitter account, LinkedIn account, Snapchat account, um, uh, um, Instagram account? Why? What are they talking about? Why? And then we are devastated when we have some perverted um, man who's 50 years old trying to act like he 10 years old after your child. Why they even on there? That's a whole nother subject for a whole nother day. You understand? And then a lot of times, parents, we doing our thing. We in the kitchen cooking. We working on a laptop. We chilling, watching TV. The child have their phone. They just doing. And you don't know what they're looking at. Well, I just don't want to seem too strict. I just, so I just, that I trust them. That now they are. They're 8 years old texting nude pictures, huh? They on social media inbox, because why they got to follow my friend doing it. So I'm my friend doing it. Jayla Bug let me know at the school that she attended last year, because she will not be going there again. At the school that she was attending, two kids got put out of school, 9 years old, fourth grade, for vaping. She said, "Grandma, so one boy come to school, he be drunk." What 8-year old, 9-year old, wake up in the morning drinking beer? Oh, but us, we. Well, I just don't, you got to let them learn. They got to learn, to see if you don't teach them now, then they gonna grow up and they gonna be out here wilding out. So you got to just expose them to some and following the crowd. I listen. It don't matter to me. I don't care what nobody say. Hmm. And I know my husband don't. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Give you a real story. Not trying to let you in her business, but now, because she's doing real good today, so I can tell you the story now, because she's doing really, really, really good as far as her attitude and stuff like that. But um earlier, was it earlier this year? It was earlier this year when I ordered a phone. I ordered a phone for Jayla Bug. I did. I ordered a phone for her. But of course, being in that environment, you understand, and because Jayla is a leader. You guys know that the girl, she really good, smart as a whip. Okay, but she was having a little moment, being influenced by the wrong crowd. Instead of her standing up in her godliness and her leadership, she was being influenced, and thus it caused her to act out. And that particular day, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think she forgot who I was, or maybe she forgot who she was. I don't know. But that was like her day that she really acted up. I mean, like, read through the lines, because I'm just like, listen, girl, you're gonna have me on channel 4213. You keep on. But I work to not uh, just go in. You know what I'm saying? So, because the Holy Spirit had to snatch me one time when I did. So I said, oh, because she had to wash some dishes, right? And she sat down, and I said, because I didn't hear any dishes moving, nothing moving. And I'm just like, Jayla, what are you doing? I'm sitting on the stool. I said, why are you not washing the dishes? She said, I'm giving y'all a testimony because sometimes our kids act out. Okay, I ain't trying to tell on her that because she good now. Now she be offering to wash dishes. Okay, so she good now. But back then she was having a moment, and she said, I said, why are you not washing the dishes? She she said, because now when I say anytime when I say this, I know all my parents on here gonna be like, what? I was sitting at my desk like I am now, and I said, now why are you not washing the dishes? She said, because I don't want to. See, I felt y'all spirit just went flatline. Cause I know when one of y'all children tell y'all that, boy, their life gonna flash before their eyes. And I said, really? I said, oh, okay, okay. I said, you don't have to wash dishes. I said, okay, go on to your bedroom. You don't ever have to wash dishes again. My mom was like, oh, baby, you should. My mom was like, oh, no. You should have made her wash them dishes and then you should have whooped her butt. But I said, no, because see, I did that on purpose. look, Dr. Taisha put the eyeballs up there like, what? I'm working to respond better. Y'all better help me. Yes, Minister Karen, she had no idea. But the Lord, and so I just say, see, this helps me not to. So I just said, oh, okay. You're not going to watch? I said, oh, okay. You going to the room. I said, you going to the room. I said, okay. Since you go tell me in my house where we pay bills at that you're not gonna wash dishes, well then that means we don't have to spend our money on you. The cell phone had came in the mail. It was sitting right here next to me. I hadn't even opened the box yet. Brand new iPhone 12. I called AT&T. I said, email me a return label now. I didn't have the phone in my possession 24 hours, and I was taking it to UPS and sending it back. And so when she came to me and said, Grandma, I'm the only one in the class that don't have a cell phone, I said, okay, so let's talk about that one. So who fault is that one? Let's take responsibility for that. It's not. Okay. Now, because the day gonna come, you're gonna get one. Oh, you are. But baby, you have to, because I don't believe in rewarding bad behavior. And some of our parents, we are giving our children things that they don't deserve. And it's training them to be really, really, really bad people. Okay. With an entitled mindset, they expect to get something even when they have been very rebellious, defiant, and disorderly. Now, that's for at least one parent on here that's watching me that's trying to be your child's friend because you're helping them to follow the crowd. That's like uh when whether it's jail or it doesn't matter who it is. They come well yeah, because this child they have this and this. I tell jail all the time. I don't care what they got. It don't matter to me. Are you trying to do like they do? Or are you trying to be like that? No, ma'am, I'm not. No, ma'am, I don't have to. No, I don't move like that. You understand? You'll be amazed how I grew up in the projects and how I saw parents, who were struggling to pay their bills, but because they wanted their child to fit in with the crowd, they will take their light bill and go spend almost $200 on tennis shoes, and then you got to go and try to borrow money to pay your bills. That, like, come on. Following the crowd had you broke. Let me write that one down. Where my pen at? Let me put that at number 8 on here. Okay, let me give you these points. So I can listen. This day 56. We got 9 more days to go, but I'm just telling you. That's right, Angela. Angela said, following the crowd will open up the door for the enemy, and then you wondering what happened. What happened? What happened? Yes, I'm telling you. So I don't be listen. Like I tell Jayla Bug, your granddad and I will give you the world, girl. The world. All you have to do is you have to do right. That's all. All you got to do. That's it. And she quick to apologize. Now she'll apologize. That's what I love about it. She's like, Grandma, I'm sorry. I didn't, I'm sorry for doing this, and I apologize for doing this. Just as sweet as she want to be. All right, so here we go. Isaiah 8:11 said, don't walk in the way of the people. All right. Now let me give you these seven PowerPoints. I guess 8 because I just wrote down one. So 8, following the crowd. Number 1, it causes you to miss opportunities. It causes you to miss opportunities. The individuals who follow the crowd, some people left last night for no other reason than they saw other people leaving. It's not that they had a little child to get into bed. It's not that they had to drive a long way home. They looked around and saw a lot of people leaving, and they were just like, let me just go ahead and leave, because let me beat the crowd out. And, and then they hear about the show, hear that Lionel did a wonderful job. And then, I should have stayed. I sat there 2 hours and a half. I should just went on to stay. I guarantee you have some people dealing with regret. Following the crowd causes you to miss opportunities. Number 2, following the crowd can lead you in the wrong direction. Wrong direction. Sometimes people are leaving an event or leaving somewhere. They're not familiar where they are. And they may say, okay, I see that car turning left. Let me go the same way as this car. Then when you follow them, you realize, oh, that's the wrong direction. You understand? So, and sometimes, I'm sure this have happened to at least one of you all. You could be following your GPS to a place that you're sort of familiar with, but you kind of like, okay, I need to get over there to kind of look and see. And then you get over there and the GPS take you one way and you're looking and you see this building or this tree or this something that's landmarking you like, I saw that before. I remember turning right, but my GPS is taking me left. I guess I'll just follow the GPS. And then you follow the GPS, you be like, man, I should have went that way. So it'll lead you in the wrong direction. Number 3, following the crowd, it can leave you uncovered and unprotected. It can leave you uncovered and unprotected. I thought about this last night as we was walking back to our car because we got our workout in last night, okay? And we walked probably about 6 to 7 blocks, okay? Yeah, because we was parked on 22nd and 4th Avenue North, and the BJCC is about 9 blocks. Who's at the arena? Yeah, about 9 blocks away. 9 blocks. Yeah, about 9 blocks away. Okay, anyway, so we got our walk in. But as we was leaving last night, there was a crowd of people leaving, right? Because see, you can follow a good crowd, but then you can follow the wrong crowd. Now check this out. What if we had to say, you know what, let's just go ahead and leave because everybody else is leaving. And although it seemed like a lot of people was leaving, but compared to the people that stayed, it wasn't a lot of people. And so what if we were leaving at 11 something at nighttime and the direction that we were going toward our car, no one else was walking with us. Everybody else was going their way, and we were walking down the street at night, downtown Birmingham, by ourselves, and now we're covered by the blood. Okay, I'll give you an example. All right, and we encountered a madman or something, or whatever the case may be. We're covered by the blood, Psalms 91. I'll give you an example. You understand? But last night, as everyone was leaving, and you had hundreds and thousands of people walking out the stadium, and hundreds of people going in the same direction, I'm sure even the scariest person felt safe because there was so many people walking in the same direction to their cars. Okay. Number 4, following the crowd can lead you into a life of sin. And we already know this to be true. Okay. I was I was about to say a victim, but I was a example of that. Me being in college and then me following the crowd of a young lady who was a dancer, and then I became a dancer. You understand? And so it led me down a life of delay in sin, but thank God for restoration. Number 5, following the crowd will cause you to lose your identity. It will cause you to lose your identity as a person. It will cause you to lose your identity in Christ. You understand? Not that you can lose your identity in the sense of as a child of God, made in God's image, but you can lose your identity and walk and live in this world and not even know who you are. You could be a king in this earth, and you could be out in the pig pen of life versus walking in the royalty that God has ordained you to walk in. You understand? Because just because you're royalty don't mean you want to experience it. Okay. Based on your decisions and your mindset. All right. So it will lead you into a life of sin. Um, read number 4. It will cause you to lose your identity. And then number 6, it will cause you to lose your witness. Following the crowd will cause you to lose your witness. You have people, man, listen. There are individuals who were serving God, sold out to God, then they got with the wrong people or they started dating the wrong person. It caused them to be so. This one young lady, every time I see her picture, it makes me want to pray. It breaks my heart, but it makes me want to pray. But I'm talking about strong in the things of God, had a heartbreak, and she went from empowering women and representing Christ to now, I don't know if she's in a rebellious, defiant, angry place because of her separation and her divorce. And so now when you see her, I haven't seen her social page lately, but last time I saw her, she was half naked on there, looking like a prostitute, with some cat suit, bathing suit, looked like a stripper. Yeah, you go from preaching the word, and because the girl's sister was, she very classy sister, okay, dressing classy. I mean, and then you go from that to looking like you're drugged out and you're sexed out. You're just like, because she is evidently, she don't know how to really deal with the pain. She don't have the support like me. When Michael and I went through our first divorce, I had a year of, I won't say a whole year, but I had probably almost a year of, I'll say about 6 months of, I call it rebellion, when I was just like, whatever. Yeah, whatever. And so but I was definitely not. What I consider rebellion is me. I started seeing this guy, and he wanted to take me to Mexico for my birthday as a birthday gift. And so I said, okay. Never before that situation, I would have been like, oh, absolutely not. Unless you give me a separate room. Now, when you give me a separate room, we surely can, And so now he offered because he knew my stance. So he did offer. He said, listen, you want me to get your separate room? Because I'll get you a separate room. And I said, no, it's fine. We can stay in the same room. Just give me a separate bed. Let's get 2 queens. Here I am, woman of God, minister of the gospel, in the same room with a man about to tempt myself. And I got I don't care mindset. Can I tell the truth? Somebody type in tell the truth. Sometimes we don't want to be transparent and real, but I was mad. I was trying to be mad at God, but I was mad. I was like, I've been single and I've been celibate for 11 years, and then I get married into a man of God, and he break my heart. I might as well go out here and deal with the world if I got to deal with this foolishness in the body of Christ. And so I go over there. Thank God, he and we didn't do anything. After all of that, and after I stopped talking to him, and toward the end of the year, when the Lord told me that I had hardened my heart, and I looked back and I looked at my attitude, I looked at my actions. I was like, man, I never, ever would have gone out of town. Because when Michael and I first started dating the first time back in 2015, and when we first went out of town in December of 2015 together, he took me to meet my father for the first time. We got two separate rooms. I told him we got to have two separate rooms. I don't sleep in a room with a man. I don't do that. This is to a guy I was in a relationship with. This other guy, we weren't even in a relationship. There was just something to do. We were getting to know each other. You know what I'm saying? We was in the dating stage, dating and just gathering data. And I'm just like, yeah. He was like, we can get a separate room. I was like, he said, if you want a separate room, I'll get you a separate room. I was like, we could. Yeah, just get separate beds. See, because I had the attitude. I had the attitude of whatever. Well, God, get your butt over here. Have your child ever been out of order? You just said, get over here. Get your butt over here. He snatched me. But, that's what happened. When you follow the car, you can lose your witness. So just imagine all of the women who were following, because oh God, it's just, yeah, it was just horrible. Because it did. You can look at the comments and you could tell how she was showing up on social media. It was affecting her followers. So she had a huge following. It was affecting her following. And they went from edifying her and honoring her to de-edifying her and speaking very harshly about her. And it was just really sad, and my prayers just went out to her, and I pray she's doing better now. I didn't have a personal relationship with her, because I would have tried to offer support in some type of way, but I am an intercessor. You understand? And so when we see that, let's pray. Let's not talk about them. Let's pray, right? Michelle said, yes, ma'am, Pam. I have snatched and have been snatched. Yes. Me too. All right. The last two is, when you follow the crowd, it muzzles you. When you follow the crowd, it muzzles you. You understand? It's like you have no opinion. It silences you. You see somebody doing something, I'm going to do it because they're doing it. I'm going to do it because they do it. So you have no opinion. You have no say-so. You have no thoughts. You have no suggestions. It just, whatever they do, I do. Right? We're going to go rob this store. We want you to come rob it with us. Okay. Now you locked up in jail. Why was you robbing the store? You were sitting in the car. You didn't even go in. Oh, well, because they told me to come, so I just said, yeah, okay. Right? Lastly, following the crowd. I said this earlier. This wasn't even a part of the list, but let me say it. Following the crowd will have you broke. Okay? It'll have you broke. Let me close out with this story right here. When I was strongly building this last direct sales company, I remember just a couple of years ago, I was at an event in Florida, and we had gone to the mall. I think we were in Nordstrom's, if I'm not mistaken, Saks or Nordstrom's. So we was in there, and I was at one of the top tiers of the company, but then of course you can go up and continue to go up. And I had said to myself, I said, you know what, I want some red bottoms. I said, but I'm going to wait till I be promoted. I was close to being promoted to that next level, and that was going to be my reward to myself. Okay. I said, okay, I had the money. I could have spent $1,000 on the shoes, but I didn't want to. So I was like, okay, once I reach this, then I'm going to give myself, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. but I was with a crowd of women. It was about seven or not seven, probably about five of us. About five of us was together. So we were walking in the mall or whatever the case would be. They went into the store. One young lady, she wanted to get some more red bottoms, right? And and so we're sitting, and I'm sitting on the couch, and I'm just chilling. I'm looking at them, just like, these are pretty shoes. I was tempted. Like, you know how when you start talking to yourself, like, well, just go ahead and get them. I mean, you close to hitting that position, just go ahead and reward yourself early. But I'm just like, it's just a discipline. I'm just like, nope, not yet. And so I'm just sitting there. I had already made up in my mind. I told this flesh to sit down somewhere. I'm not buying the shoes. And so I'm just sitting there, and I'm just watching them and laughing at them. They walking. Some of the shoes hurting their feet. Some of them don't. Some of them look good. Some they all right. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm watching them, and I'm talking, and I'm laughing. And one of the girls, I would say the leader of the red bottom clique, okay, which don't include me. So she was like, y'all need to get y'all some red bottoms too. Y'all need to get y'all some red bottoms too. And one of the girls was like, girl, well, shoot, I guess I'll get me a pair. Well, I really don't have the money like that, but I guess, all right, well, I'll give me a pair. So she tried on a couple pairs. So she got her one pair. And she said, I think I'm going to get this other pair. Girl, I'm going to be so broke. Ooh, girl, I'm just going to be so broke. But I'm just going to go ahead and get it. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, y'all can interpret what I'm saying, right? And the other young lady, now, of course, I know the other young lady, her money ain't like that. The other young lady, her money is, okay? And so she was like, you know what, let me try on some, because she wasn't like, let me get some. She wasn't really caught up on it, but she was like, well, let me try these on. Oh, these do look good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get me a pair, She wasn't following the crowd. She just made a decision, okay? The other sister, she was definitely following the crowd. And so the leader of the red bottoms, she said to me, Yakinea, you should go ahead and get you some red bottoms. Girl, you know you got the money. You need to go ahead. And I'm looking at myself, not looking at myself. I'm looking at her like, yeah, I know I got the money. I said I'm not gonna buy any. And it was almost like a peer pressure. People try to pressure you into. And I stood my ground. I was like, I am not buying any. Okay, can you check out, please? So we can go. And it was so funny because when we left the event, when we left the mall, we went back to because we was in between a break. We went back to the event. And the conference host was asking a question, was teaching on money or whatever, and was asking a question and looked at me, pointed to me, and asked me a question about the scenario of money and scenario of leading, whatever he was asking me. And it was the prime time for me to tell that story. And I told that story. I surely did. I said, yep, yes. And let me give you an example of peer pressure. And not conforming to peer. Yeah, it was something around that. And I said, not conforming to peer pressure. Because just because you have it don't mean that you should. And just because you have it don't mean you should, just because somebody try to pressure you into doing it. Thank God I know who I am now, because there was a time that I would have conformed and said, okay, well, let me just go ahead and get them. But one of the best freedoms you will ever experience is when you get free of people's opinion of you. All right? That's one of the greatest freedoms outside of salvation itself. Okay. And so I was just like, y'all do that, And then the other young lady who was with me, who was following the crowd, was like, girl, shoot, I gotta make this money back. I gotta make this money. I'm just like, see, you see what I'm saying? So following the crowd to have you broke or to have you spending out of season. Okay? Maybe you have some money you intended to invest so it can make you more money, but now you're out here, maybe you got your look, nothing wrong with pampering yourself is nothing wrong with it. But don't go out here doing stuff just because you feel pressured by other people. Don't hear what I'm not saying. If you want to, because I like nice stuff. You understand? But I buy them on my own terms, not because somebody trying to make me feel some type of way. I'm not moved by that. I don't care if we're around 1,000 people. I'm not moved by that. Huh? Move to a separate beat. Okay? Now, thank you guys for riding out with me, okay? Yes, no freedom like being free from people's opinion. Yes, Minister Karen, but I appreciate you all. So I hope I said at least one thing that was a reminder to you. Don't follow the crowd unless the crowd is going in the right direction, okay? And stop trying to be your child's friend. Parent them, love them, nurture them, be a blessing to them. All right, but you'll be amazed of the children that run the household. They tell their parents what to do. I don't want to do this. I don't want to. Well, okay, you don't have to do it. You don't have to. You don't go and sit your butt down somewhere. Okay. All right. So this is day 56. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe. Click the notification button. Like. If I said at least one thing that you like or that bless you, make sure that you share with at least 3 people that you know. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you're not connected with us, ladies, tonight we will have our Q&A roundtable call. Make sure that you meet us inside of our SheCEO network group. If you're not already a member, you can go to SheCEOnetwork.com, or you can go to YakineaMarie.com, or you click the link in the description below. Okay. And you can join us at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, live inside of our Facebook community. All right. It's and then there's a link there as well. If you have any questions, just click that link and we'll answer your questions for you. We focus on business. Our goal is to build women, but God has given me a mandate to help to build the visions and the businesses of women. Okay. All right. So I look forward to seeing you all tonight. I'm excited. And listen, ladies, we're like 5 days away from our launching. So I'll see you Saturday. Make sure that you wear your SheCEO shirt. For those who ordered your shirt will actually be there before Saturday. We have a professional photographer that'll be there as well. And so I asked her to come in and take some shots of us while we're fellowshipping, eating, loving on each other, etc. All right. So I'll see you on tomorrow morning. I was about to say I'll see you on Saturday. But I'll see you tomorrow morning for day 57.